Ever heard of Clinton Road? This seemingly ordinary stretch of asphalt in West Milford, New Jersey is anything but. It's a place where the line between reality and the supernatural blurs, where the shadows hold secrets and the air is thick with the whispers of the past. If you love spine-chilling ghost stories, you're in for a treat. Clinton Road is a magnet for thrill seekers and ghost hunters alike, each drawn by the promise of an encounter with the unknown. The tales that emerge from this haunted highway are as varied as they are terrifying. Clinton Road in West Milford, New Jersey is infamous for its ghosts, legends and terror. From spectral hitchhikers to ghostly children and even rumors of satanic rituals, this road has it all. But what is it about this place that makes it so terrifying? Tonight we're diving into those legends with a tale that'll keep you up at night. Imagine driving down a road where every shadow seems to move, where the trees whisper your name and where the very air feels alive with unseen eyes, watching your every move. Meet Jake, Lisa, Mark and Emily, 4 friends on a dare. They were thrill seekers, always looking for the next big adventure. They'd heard the stories about Clinton Road, but they were skeptical. Ghosts, rituals, it all sounded like nonsense to them. They'd heard the stories, spectral hitchhikers, ghost kids and satanic rituals. But to them, it was just that, stories. They laughed off the warnings, convinced that the tales were nothing more than urban legends designed to scare the gullible. But they thought it was all nonsense. They were determined to prove that Clinton Road was just another road, and that the stories were just that, stories. Little did they know they were about to become part of the legend themselves. That is, until they set off down Clinton Road. The night was dark, the road was empty, and the air was thick with anticipation. As they drove deeper into the woods, the laughter and bravado began to fade, replaced by a growing sense of unease. The road was eerily quiet. The only sounds were the hum of the engine and the occasional rustle of leaves in the wind. The deeper they went, the more isolated they felt, as if they were leaving the world they knew behind and entering a realm of shadows and whispers. No streetlights, no houses, just endless dark woods. The trees seemed to close in around them, their gnarled branches reaching out like skeletal hands. The darkness was almost tangible, pressing in on them from all sides. As they neared the infamous bridge, the air grew heavy. The bridge was said to be a hot spot for paranormal activity, a place where the veil between the living and the dead was at its thinnest. The friends exchanged nervous glances, their earlier bravado now a distant memory. Jake tossed a coin into the creek below. For a moment, nothing. Then plink. The sound echoed through the night, sending a chill down their spines. It was as if the very air was holding its breath, waiting for something to happen. The coin hit the stone railing behind them. Lisa gasped. It was impossible. The coin should have landed in the water. It was as if some unseen force had thrown it back. The friends stared at each other, their faces pale in the moonlight. Jake threw another coin. Plink. This time the quarter landed at his feet. The friends were no longer laughing. The air was thick with tension and the darkness seemed to close in around them. This time the quarter landed at his feet. It was as if the road itself was rejecting their presence, warning them to leave. The friends were no longer skeptical. They could feel it now, the presence of something unseen, something that did not want them there. A shiver ran down Emily's spine. She could feel eyes on her, watching from the shadows. The air was thick with an oppressive energy, and every instinct screamed at her to run. "Guys, I think we should go," she murmured. Her voice was barely a whisper, but it cut through the silence like a knife. The others nodded, their faces pale and drawn. They could feel it too, the presence of something malevolent, something that did not belong in the world of the living. Suddenly, a childlike whisper floated through the night. "Why are you here?" The voice was soft, almost innocent, but it sent a jolt of terror through them. It was a voice that did not belong in the darkness, a voice that should not exist. They scrambled back into the car. Panic set in as they fumbled with the keys, their hands shaking. The engine roared to life and they sped off into the night, desperate to escape the unseen horrors that lurked in the shadows. But their night of terror wasn't over. The road seemed to stretch on forever, the darkness pressing in from all sides. They could feel it now, the presence of something following them, something that did not want them to leave. A phantom truck appeared, its headlights blinding, chasing them down the road. The truck was massive, its engine roaring like a beast. It bore down on them, its lights cutting through the darkness like knives. Then, bang! Something slammed into their car. The impact was jarring, sending them skidding across the road. They could hear the screech of metal on metal, the roar of the engine, and the pounding of their own hearts. The truck vanished into the trees. One moment it was there, the next it was gone, as if it had never existed. The friends were left shaken, their minds reeling from the encounter. They knew now that the stories were true. Clinton Road was haunted. Lost, they stumbled upon the ruins of Cross Castle. Hooded figures emerged, chanting. The air was thick with the smell of burning incense, and the ground was marked with strange symbols. The friends watched in horror as the figures moved in a slow, deliberate dance, their voices rising and falling in a haunting melody. In a panic, they fled back to the car and sped away. The night was a blur of shadows and fear, the road stretching on forever. They could feel the eyes of the hooded figures on them, watching from the darkness. Clinton Road remains one of the most haunted places in America. The stories that emerge from this place are as varied as they are terrifying, each one a testament to the power of the unknown. Some who visit leave with just a spooky story, others, they never leave at all. The road has a way of holding on to those who dare to challenge its secrets, drawing them into its dark embrace. They never leave at all. The road has a way of holding on to those who dare to challenge its secrets, drawing them into its dark embrace. So